receiver. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Lions add on to their lead. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
What they're looking for here. They go play action here on first down. It's complete to his tight end, Charles Clay. And now off to the races down the right side. And Bills touchdown. Charles Clay, his 4th touchdown on the year. And his guys get the quick strike touchdown. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So here come the Lions now. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Back to the air, Stafford on second down. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. A good pickup there at 20 yards. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
On 2nd and 10, Stafford completing it here to Marvin Jones. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. 3rd down now following the completed pass. They come up in an offset eye. Stafford on 3rd down. And he connects with Ebron. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Second down now after the incompletion. 2nd and 10, Stafford again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. As we head toward halftime. This will be play number 6. Drive, 3rd and a yard. After the run. They come out 5 wide. Tate out to the flat for Redden. A good pick up there on 20 yards. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Only 2 yards on the completion at 2nd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Throwing again is Stafford. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass, excellent job, way to knock it down. It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we...
Now the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They'll look to throw now on first down. Being chased out left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down. On play action, they'll throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Robert Woods, the intended receiver that time. And it's third down.
And that one was knocked away, and I think the defenders are going to be a little upset with themselves. They made the play on the football, but that one felt like a forced pass by the quarterback. Thought he had someone open. He really wasn't. Maybe an example of having too much confidence in his receiver that no matter what, I'm going to throw it to him. And that was a play made by the defense, and it could have been a bigger one.
Forced out to his left. And the third down pass falls incomplete. He was trying to get it there to Kenny Lawler, and it's fourth down.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. And possession will change here with very little time remaining until halftime. They come out here in the I. Here's Riddick. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. 9 yards still remaining here to pick up the first on second down.
On the ball, on the ball.
To throw on second down is Stafford. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Will Hill. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. First down, he'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good. So that would have been something from that distance, but to no avail. Comes up empty as we have reached the intermission. As we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry, this will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Now flags will come in. One of the Bills got going a little early. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's got Watkins on the out route. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll be 2nd and 11. So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he's got his man in stride, complete. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Red zone opportunity. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer. One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard. Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that
first.
wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Theo Riddick, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. And he's got it up and through. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. This is taken at the 3. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Bills offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
They go back to the air here after the INT. This is complete to Watkins on the slant. Give them 11 on the game there, and it'll give the Bills a first down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Now a first down carry here for McCoy. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Charles Clay is tight end, the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he's able to bat it away.
third down, he'll drop to throw. Steps away to his left. He can run for it, and he will. It'll be a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. The Bills send the punter out as he's on here to punt it away.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. So out now come the Lions. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Incomplete pass on 2nd down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on 3rd. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And this is going to be incomplete. Golden Tate, his intended receiver. And now it's 4th down.
But no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Play clock winding down. And big problems getting the play out, obviously. This will be a delay. They'll come out in the pistol. The gun. They'll look to throw. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. That'll be a gain of 15 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got it. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Sammy Watkins, his 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Bills draw a bit closer.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
They come out here in the eye. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's got time in the pocket. Still back there. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
20, 32.
And the wideout in motion. To throw on 2nd down is Stafford. And Jones has it over the middle. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. They're going to hurry back to the line now. On 1st and 10, Stafford. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. second down and just one.
32. Ready, 260.
To the air again, Stafford. On the left side, it's complete. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. It only took Stafford 90 games to hit 25,000 yards in his career, fastest ever, and he adds to that yardage total there.
I'm not sure anyone in the league has a more confident arm than Matthew Stafford does. He can wait until they're actually open before delivering, as opposed to anticipating them being open because of the strength of his arm, and he doesn't mind showing it off.
And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL...
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Back now at Ford Field. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Here's Stafford now on second down. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Corey Graham. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. And here come the Bills. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense? And that's caught inside the 35. A big play here for Buffalo. 47 yards. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year, when the Davises and the Gaudens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like. Like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them.
He'll look to throw. They find some open field here. And he slides to avoid the hit. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. They'll keep it on the ground with McCoy this time. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Partner, we know football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Looking for someone to throw to. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, any caused incompletion is good for a defense. But when you add to it, you get a little hit on the quarterback, knock him to the ground, make him think a little bit, hopefully knock him off his game, especially in a game of this magnitude, this tight in the fourth quarter. You got to feel pretty good as a defense.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the fourth quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they... Blitz coming, and down he goes. Preston Brown coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
On the ground, it's Reddick. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. Corey Graham brings him down.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. On second down, here's Stafford. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Tie game late, and the offense really has to be conscious of the clock here as it's becoming a factor late in this ball game. Throwing on third down, Stafford. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gives him a new set of downs.
The head coach relied on his eagle eye in the sky to make the right call and was told to challenge it, and it looks like it's paid off.
And from a coach's standpoint, when you throw that flag, it's probably a pretty tense moment. Here it pays off.
Yeah, you have that little bit of indecision. You throw it where you feel like you're right, and then you think, uh-oh, did I get it right? In this case, they can celebrate.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. Tie game here. Time starting to run down. The defense really needs to try and keep this game tied, see if they can get the ball back for the offense. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. So 2nd and 9, the defense looking to put them in a bad spot here. They'll set up a throw. Escaping the pressure right. Wide open receiver complete. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by Ziggy Ansah. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Dancing to his left. And some space here. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And as the 4th quarter winds down here, we're all even.
And no one wants this game to extend. They want to go ahead and win it right now.
Here's McCoy. And he's going to bring this. And we're going to get another timeout called by the Lions. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They'll go again to McCoy. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The corner blitz pays off there as they sack him for a loss of 5. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for Buffalo, the win here means it'll be a 7-1 first half of the season. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on the season. And they're going to get an extra week to stew over this as they're not back in action until week 11. So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone, from Ford Field.